Welcome back, everyone. Gardening season is here.
Are you planting anything?
Oh, not yet.
Not yet. I need to get some basil in. Well, a lot of people are excited to get planting, but there is also a risk. SSM health surgeons say they see a lot of injuries from gardening, like tendonitis, carpal tunnel, sprains and strains, and more. Those injuries are preventable and tend to happen because of overuse or improper technique.
When you're using a tool, the size of the handle should be the size that you make from making an O with your fingers like this. That will decrease the pressure on your joints when you're utilizing those tools.
Dr. Weber also recommends using tools instead of your hands when you're digging in the ground.
We're taking your plant and gardening questions today.
And there is still time to get those in, tips@channel3000.com. But let's say hello to our friend Lisa Briggs, who joins us from the Briggs Company. Hello.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Oh, doing well. We are ready for planting season. We have a lot of good questions for you.
Oh, excellent. I can't believe Susan hasn't planted anything yet.
No,
She's been busy.
I've been traveling too much.
Yeah, just go to a grocery store and buy some things and say, these are from my garden. No one will know.
Good tip.
All right, Lisa, we have a question from Joe in Oregon. He's experiencing many varying ant colonies on his property. He wants to know, is this a concern or can they do some good?
Well, I don't know that ants are harmful necessarily. They're certainly unsightly, sometimes depending on where they are in the garden, and depending on what kinds of ants they are. If you get into your garden and they're like a biting type, it could cause some injury or some rashes. There are baits that you can buy and also products that you can sort of spray around your house to keep them from migrating into the house, where you definitely don't want them to be.
Okay, we have a question about Siberian iris. Someone wrote in and said it's growing in the field, but they'd like to transplant it near their house. Is that possible, and how do you do that?
Yeah, Siberian iris are a really tough plant, and they're okay to transplant, just not while they're flowering. So wait until they're done flowering, and then you can cut it back, by about half, and then dig it out. Make sure that your shovel is flat bladed and really sharp, and then you can either transplant it in total, or you can actually divide it into 2 or 4 pieces and then sort of spread it out a little bit. It'll recover from that quite nicely. Make sure though that you keep it watered when it gets hot and dry this summer.
Linda is asking, we have peonies plant that has blooms on it, but the plants haven't opened for about 2 years. She's wanting to know what is wrong. Says they are 20 years old.
Okay, well, one of the reasons peonies don't bloom is when they're planted too deep. And that can happen over time, especially if they're in a garden where you're mulching it all the time. But the fact that they're setting buds, like flower buds, and then just not opening, I'm not sure what's going on. If she could send some photos of the plants to our plant desk, that's plantdesk@brewscompany.com. We'll take a look and see if we can help her figure out what's going on.
All right, that's a great suggestion. Plant desk, say it again, plantdesk@brewscompany.com?
Plant desk, exactly.
Okay, all right. Here's the next question about mums. And sorry, I don't have the person's name, but they said, I have a bed of mums that have been in the ground many years. The last few years, they've only gotten about 6 inches tall, but they still bloom. Is there a fertilizer that I can use to get them to grow taller?
Well, you can certainly use a fertilizer like Flower Tone by Espoma. It is organic and really easy to use. It's a granular fertilizer that you can just spread. Or you can use something water soluble like Miracle Grow for flowering. That will help as well.
Very good. Always a pleasure, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Lisa. Thanks for your questions, everybody.
Yes.
We'll do this again very soon.
Very good.
And I'll get planting, Lisa, I promise.
Okay.
I'll get going.
We'll be right back.